Hello and welcome to another marvelous video. Today we'll be talking about a big, bad, and seriously rad movie icon that's been shaking up screens since your grandparents' time. Yep, you guessed it. We're diving into the epic world of Godzilla. This ain't just any monster. This is the monster to end all monsters. Godzilla made his first appearance in the 1954 Toho film appropriately titled Godzilla. At the heart of its franchise, Godzilla is often depicted as a massive ancient creature that either awakens or undergoes mutations due to the emergence of the nuclear age. In the initial stages of the Showa series of movies, Godzilla was portrayed as a malevolent and destructive natural occurrence, a direct outcome of humanity's careless utilization of nuclear weapons, which disrupted and left lasting marks on the creature. As the series advances, Godzilla undergoes a gradual metamorphosis into a heroic figure, emerging as Japan's guardian against even more sinister beings like King Ghidorah, many of which were either of extraterrestrial origin or manipulated by extraterrestrial influences. He also faced off against noteworthy adversaries like Mothra and Mechagodzilla, and took on fresh challengers like Biollante and Destoroyah. Throughout its history, the Godzilla franchise has seen various adaptations, taking the iconic creature to diverse cities and captivating locations in movies and comic books. However, today, we're diving into a particularly intriguing moment in the saga, when the King of Monsters took an unforgettable trip down to none other than Hell. So hang on tight and stay tuned to discover the captivating story of Godzilla in Hell. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Godzilla in Hell 2015. Godzilla in Hell is a 5-issue comic book miniseries that was brought to you by IDW Publishing, hitting shelves in 2015. The miniseries follows Godzilla's journey into the depths of Hell, his eventual triumph over the infernal realm, and his encounters with nightmarish versions of his previous adversaries, alongside formidable and chilling new foes. Journey to the center of Hell. The first issue begins with Godzilla crashing down from the gateway of Hell and smashing into the entryway. There, a massive rock structure rises from the ground with the ominous words, "Abandon all hope, ye who enter here." After obliterating the structure, Godzilla continues on his journey, passing through 2 cities with strange and otherworldly designs. His path eventually leads him to a nuclear reactor, where he's suddenly ambushed by a grotesque demon that looks like a mound of organs oozing out of chimneys. Quick as a flash, Godzilla defeats the demon and carries on his way. Soon, a massive cloud that contains what looks like millions of souls or maybe more suddenly appears on the horizon and is spinning in a powerful storm. Struggling, Godzilla advances through the cloud, only to confront what seems to be another Godzilla within the eye of the storm. Yet, it's a ruse, concealing yet another demon, this time larger and more formidable. After a fierce struggle, the demon's ill-advised attempt to consume Godzilla backfires as a nuclear pulse detonates within, reducing the monster to ash. Nonetheless, the explosion weakens the ledge beneath Godzilla, causing him to plummet from the precipice and descend deeper into the abyss of Hell. Meeting old enemies. In the second issue, Godzilla crosses paths with his former adversaries. This issue kicks off with Godzilla surveying a cityscape, only to come face to face with a demon version of Rodan. A scuffle ensues, with Godzilla ultimately fending off the winged menace. He then ventures into an icy terrain, where a demon incarnation of Anguirus is encased in frozen ice. A battle ignites between the two, but the ice gives way, leading Godzilla to tumble into an unending ocean, where he confronts the demon Varan. However, Varan quickly retreats when faced with Godzilla's atomic ray. As if that wasn't enough, a demon King Ghidorah emerges right behind Varan. Ghidorah's arrival triggers a vortex, and Godzilla is pulled into the swirling abyss before he even understands anything. Divine Encounters. The third comic starts with a world in ruins, and we find Godzilla duking it out with Space Godzilla in Rio de Janeiro. Space Godzilla goes all out, blasting Godzilla with his intense Corona beam, which engulfs Godzilla in flames. But hold on, Godzilla's tougher than he looks. He stands his ground, shrugging off the attack, and approaches Space Godzilla. He responds with a point-blank atomic breath shot that sends Space Godzilla tumbling. Godzilla roars his victory, then fires his atomic breath directly at his fallen foe. But Space Godzilla isn't going down without a fight. He counters with his Corona beam, locking beams with Godzilla's atomic breath, and bam! Explosion City. The Earth goes boom, and both kaiju bite the dust. But don't worry, the story doesn't end there. Godzilla wakes up in Purgatory, where he spots some angels flaunting Mothra's wings. And get this, God's there too. But God looks like a mountain with a bunch of monster parts stuck into it. The angels and God are all like, hey, join our army. But Godzilla's like, nah, not my style. So he squashes an angel between his hands and ends up in hell, landing in a frosty cave. Here, he's faced with a supercharged demon version of Space Godzilla, along with a swarm of demons. Space Godzilla pins Godzilla down, while the demon plans to snack on his heart, making him a lifelong servant of hell. But wait for it, angels swoop in, giving Godzilla a nifty force field that helps him wallop Space Godzilla. After Space Godzilla is eliminated, the angels give their "join us" pitch again. But Godzilla's not buying it. He seals up the entrance to heaven with his atomic breath. And then things take a hilarious turn. The angels and demons start worshipping Godzilla. But that doesn't exactly float his boat either. In fact, he chomps on a few angels and demons before striding off, leaving quite the spectacle in his wake. Battle for existence in hell. The fourth issue begins with Godzilla letting out a triumphant roar as he emerges victorious over King Ghidorah and Destoroyah. King Ghidorah bears scars on his eyes, likely from his clash with Godzilla, while Destoroyah's horn is conspicuously missing, probably torn off during their encounter. As Godzilla moves away from the downed foes, their injuries rapidly heal, King Ghidorah's scars vanish, and Destoroyah's horn regrows in no time. The two monsters get back on their feet, ready to continue their battle with Godzilla. They unleash their attacks, bombarding Godzilla with destructive energy beams. Destoroyah's flying form hurls Godzilla into a building, momentarily incapacitating him. King Ghidorah seizes the opportunity to launch another assault, and Destoroyah's flying and aggregate forms join in the attack. In a dramatic turn, King Ghidorah grabs Godzilla, dropping him onto a nightmarish version of the Tokyo Tower, impaling him. But Godzilla's not down for the count. He breaks free from the impalement and notices a colossal wall blocking the city. He tries blasting it with his atomic breath, but the wall keeps regenerating each time he attempts to destroy it. As Godzilla is engrossed in a struggle with the wall, Destoroyah severs Godzilla's head with its horn. Yet, in an almost instant regeneration, Godzilla grows his head back. After that, King Ghidorah and Destoroyah intensify their assault, aiming to torment Godzilla endlessly. Godzilla appears to surrender, allowing himself to be overpowered, while King Ghidorah and Destoroyah turn on each other, escalating their own conflict. Observing the battle, Godzilla once again focuses on breaking down the persistent wall. Realizing this, King Ghidorah and Destoroyah respond by attacking with their gravity and micro-oxygen beams. But Godzilla counters by aiming his atomic breath while evading their attacks. He manages to break the wall, forging a path forward as King Ghidorah, Destoroyah, and the nightmarish Tokyo fade away in the background. Gradually, everything, including Godzilla himself, fades into oblivion, marking the end of the tumultuous journey. But wait, there's one more chapter left in this incredible saga, emerging from the abyss. In the last comic, Godzilla emerges from a blank void, wandering through Hell's twisted realms. Rapid and extreme weather shifts, including blizzards, pummel the king of monsters. But Godzilla forges ahead with unwavering determination. Approaching a massive bridge at the edge of a blood-red waterfall, Godzilla plows through it, plunging it into a pit of stalactites nearly as huge as he is. Pounding some of these formations in frustration with his tail, he marches on, blissfully unaware of the malicious hellbats emerging from within the stalactites. These hellbats quickly swarm, forming a menacing horde that follows Godzilla's path. However, the King of Monsters uses his tail to keep the swarm at bay. As he nears the end of his arduous journey, Godzilla confronts his ultimate challenge, an impossibly towering mountain, cloaked in swirling thunderclouds. A sight even more colossal than himself. At the peak of this mountain slumbers the God Demon, a colossal demon guarding the gateway to the living world. Unleashing his atomic breath, Godzilla attempts to blast the demon, but something's amiss, and he struggles to produce the attack. Nonetheless, with sheer determination, Godzilla embarks on a daring climb up the mountain to face this monstrous guardian. The demon takes notice and triggers a landslide, dislodging Godzilla and burying him beneath the debris. Breaking free from the rubble, he seems to surrender his last glimmer of hope, closing his eyes and permitting the Hellbats to consume him. The Hellbats, sensing his submission, swarm over Godzilla, devouring his flesh until only bones remain. These skeletal remains crumble amid the debris from the landslide. However, each Hellbat convulses and grows a single eye in an astonishing turn. They collectively unleash miniature versions of Godzilla's roar and return to a skeleton. They reconstruct Godzilla's body by merging with the remains, forming a Hellbat-infused Godzilla. This newly formed entity roars defiantly at the God Demon, followed by an awe-inspiring moment. Each Hellbat unleashes its atomic breath in unison. This amalgamated atomic blast obliterates the god demon, ending its reign of terror. The Hellbat Godzilla scales the mountain, reaching the gate. The final page leaves us with an electrifying image. A fully rejuvenated and alive Godzilla bursts forth from the ocean, returning to the living world. With a triumphant roar, he stands tall, having conquered hell itself. Marvelous verdict. This brings us to the end of this video. Godzilla's triumph in the end resonates beyond the comics pages, embodying the spirit of resilience and the enduring power of storytelling. Godzilla in Hell offers more than a tale of infernal struggles. It is a testament to the timeless nature of myths and legends, where heroes journey through darkness to emerge triumphant on the other side. In the end, the series pays homage to the legacy of a cinematic legend, while crafting its own narrative tapestry. It embraces the character's evolution from a destructive force to a guardian of realms, a journey that speaks to our innate desire to conquer adversity and emerge stronger. What did you think of this video? Let us know in the comments below. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit that like button. Also, share this video with all your buddies. I'll see you in the next one.